welcome back to another Cracking Packs video. I'm your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're going to do another box of Dominaria today, because as much as you might be tired of me opening Dominaria packs because I did those 6 boxes for that store, I got to open my own product. I can't just do the videos for them and then not do any others. This is my product. I got to open it, you know? I got to open my product, see what I got going on, you know? Our first box was pretty decent, actually. So, I don't know if we're going to live up to the standards of our first box, but let's keep looking and see what we can find. You know what? I'm going to take all of the packs out of the box because I kind of want to do it that way, just so it's easier for me to get them. Okay, that's the far row, that's the middle, and that's the left-hand side. Push them together like so. Now, I don't know if any of you noticed, but in a couple of the videos I did for the store, for Untouchables, almost the majority of mythics came from the top half of the box. So I'm going to test the theory and see if they've just not distributed them properly. But I have a feeling it won't be the case. I think it was just happened to be their boxes were just laid out in that aspect. But I don't know. So we'll see. Memorial to Unity, Sorcerer's Wand, and our first rare is a Woodland Cemetery. Not a bad little rare. And we got a Adeliz as our legendary card. Alright, so we're going to go about, what do you think? We'll go about 4 down in each row and see what kind of mythic count we get. I think that's fair, right? I think that's a fair way of doing it. Wizard's Retort, Goblin Barrage, Curator's Ward, and Naban, Dean of Iteration. I think that's a fair way to do it. So this is the 3rd pack down. Or should we go 3 packs down? So that's only 9 packs. We really want to hit 12, so we'll do 4. Yeah, 4 packs down. Memorial to Unity, Memorial to War, and Primeval's Glorious Rebirth, and a Tetsuko. Or as I like to say, Tetsuo! Copyrighted video. Fungal Plots. Shield of the Realm. 4 Bears Blade. 4 Bears Blade. This card is really good in Limited. Mainly because it just bounces around on all the things. Toiva. Benthic Druid. Also not a bad card for Limited. Okay, that's 4 packs down on the left row. No mythics. We're now moving on to the next row over. Let's see what we find. Lingering Phantoms, Sanctum Spirit, and Haphazard Bombardment. Not anything to write home about there, that's for sure. Whoa, careful. Careful, Mr. B. Don't pull just from the left row you're so used to doing. Don't do that. Don't do that thing. Alright, Cast Down, an uncommon worth about $1 right now, so we'll put it off to the side. Shield of the Realm, Merfolk Trickster, and a foil Cabal Paladin. And our rare is our first mythic. Okay, so we've hit a mythic in the top half of the box. Giora, Weatherlight Captain. Okay. So that's 3 packs out of the middle now. And by that I mean 2 packs out of the middle. This is the 3rd pack out of the middle. Okay, that's our first uncommon. Chainer's Torment. Board the Weatherlight. And our rare is a Rite of Belzenlock. And we got a foil legendary creature, Tiana's Ship Caretaker. And we got Rona, Disciple of Grix. Alright. This is the 4th pack down in the middle row. Let's see. Wizard's Retort, Jorah's Familiar, and our rare is an Isolated Chapel. Not a bad little rare. I saw, I think, Alpha Investments video from earlier today or whatever, and it was saying like the expected value out of almost every single box of Dominaria is $100+, which is pretty crazy. Doesn't happen like that very often. Spore Swarm, Settle the Score, Hinterland Harbor. Wow, we've hit 3 of the buddy lands now, not man lands. There's a misprint on this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see those little... It's not a huge misprint, but there's like speckles on the card. See it? Where it says battlefield, there's like a little black dot, and then it runs up into the border here. And it is on the card. I cannot wipe it away. So let's see. See? It's just a printing error. So there's a little printing error there. And we did get a foil jousting lance. So it's one of the things, right, is like they talk about how they put this new top coat onto the cards and the cards feel better and all that kind of stuff. The cards do feel better. For those of you out there curious, the cards feel better. Now, what we'll do is I'll show you afterward, but I'll do it with a basic land, I guess. But and this is something that I read from the professor at Tolarian College, is that he said that every time he did the bend test, it failed. So we'll do one live on camera, and we'll see what happens. Howling Golem. And our rare is a Territorial Allosaur. And we got Shana. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? Untamed Kavu. Wild Onslaught. And Sylvan Awakening as our rare. And an Urgaros... Blah, 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 blah. Okay, last pack from the top 12 packs of the box. We've only hit 1 mythic, therefore, not so crazy. Alright. Fire Fist Adept, Thorn Elemental, and Two-Headed Giant. Alright, let's go like this. Okay, you ready? Let's do... a bend test. Now, I'm not very well versed in how the bend test works, but as far as I understand, it's you bend the card like this, and you touch its edges together. Right? Like so. And then you let go, and it's supposed to go back to its shape. So, now it says over time, it will eventually go back to its shape. It should, in theory, lay flat again eventually. So we're going to leave it off to the side over here. You guys can see it's bent. And we'll continue with the rest of the box. Okay. Fire Fist Adept. Spore Crown Thallid. And our rare is a mythic, History of Benalia. So there you go. Create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Do it again. Knights you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. To be fair, not sure why that's a mythic. I don't really know. I guess it's because it's only costs 3 mana and it makes a 2/2 knight and then makes another 2/2 knight, but it does it on like consecutive turns. And then it gives them +2/+1, which I mean makes them 4/3s on turn 6. Is that good? Is having two, possibly more, but if you've played more, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I would say that's mythic. We hit our foil rare though. There's our foil rare, Tashar, Ancestor's Apostle. It's pretty sweet. It's a very good card. I'm sure some people will find ways to break it, so it's very nice to see. Put that in our foil pile. And we got a Yargle, which of course everyone cares about these days, so. Good old Yargle. The Yarg Father and what have you. Memeing hard right now online. The Eldest Reborn. Dauntless Bodyguard. Thallid Soothsayer, and Ariel, Knight of Windgrace. There she is. That was our promo from the pre-release kit that we saw the other day. She's not bad. She's actually a very good card. I'll probably look into building like a white-black vampire knight deck or something along those lines at some point with her. Seems pretty good. Goblin Warchief, Icy Manipulator, a Dampening Sphere, our first Dampening Sphere. It's good. Ooh, a foil swamp. Man, that is spicy. We need to like put this like off to the side there. There, you guys can still see that, right? Good. A foil swamp. Man, it looks amazing, though. Like, it just looks spectacular. I love foil lands. And our rare is a Zahid, Jinn of the Lamp. And, like, oh, man, this swamp would be so cool in foil. Man, look at that. That would be so sweet in foil. The art in this set is just really, really good. They did a phenomenal job on it. Now, I said that about Kaladesh as well. Amonkhet left me a little bit kind of In Bolas's Clutches, this card is really, really good because you take a permanent and then the permanent becomes legendary. Like, it's just really good. Jorah's Familiar. And our rare is a Lich's Mastery. And we get a Whisper Blood Liturgist as our legendary creature. Alright, what else? Okay, we only hit 2 mythics, so we're bound to see at least one more, I would think. 3 seems to be the low end, at least from what I've seen. Nature's Spiral. On Sarah's Wings, very good card. And a Verdant Force. Shauna, Sissy's Legacy. That mountain sure is not bending back, let me tell you. Now, I'm sure that I could, like, bend it back, but that's not the point. The point of the bend test is that it lays flat again itself after you release it, essentially. Spore Swarm. Settle the Score. On Sarah's Wings again. And, there's our 3rd mythic. Naru, Master Wizard. I guess I'm going to have to build a wizard deck now, because I think that's like my 3rd or 4th copy of her. She's just like following me around. Why can't I have 4 copies of Karn? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and I'm not saying she's bad or anything like that, but like, you know, it would be cool to have, you know, 4 copies of one of the crazier mythics. Knight of Grace, Seal Away, Sage of Latnam, and a Teshar, Ancestor's Apostle. I was talking to the guy at Untouchables today when I went to go pick up my bundles, and he was saying that their other location opened up 2 cases. 2 cases. You saw me open an entire case for them at the Milton location. They opened 2 cases at the other location and got 0 Karns. 0 Karns out of 2 cases. You heard me. Triumph of Gerard, Merfolk Trickster, and the rare here is a Helm of the Host. There it is. Helm of the Host. Very good and limited, apparently, yet I haven't had a chance to play with it. The only time it was played against me in limited, it didn't matter to me at all, because I just murdered the creature that they put it on. And then I didn't have to worry about it continuing to copy things. I should say, they put it on a flyer, and then I murdered that flyer. They got a copy. I should say, was it even a copy? No. I murdered the copy. I swung in with my flyer. They had to block my flyer not to die. That killed their flyer, and then I had 2 flyers, and they had none. And they couldn't make more. So they could put that on another creature and copy it, but I had lethal in the air, so it didn't matter. Game was over. Diligent Excavator. And we got Shalai, Voice of Plenty. She's come down in price quite a bit, from what I understand. She was like up around the $10 mark, $15 mark, and I think she's only like $6 now or something like that. But still, not bad. Not a bad little hit. For the rare slot, anyway. Fungal Plots. Board the Weatherlight. Cabal Stronghold. Also another like $1 to $2 rare, so there you go. And we got a Slimefoot. My man. My man. The guy that I haven't got a chance to play with yet, unless it was an opponent's and I stole it from them. Which has happened numerous times. Nature's Spiral. Gaia's Blessing. And our rare is the Mending of Dominaria. And we got Raph. The Raph Man. Raph's daddy. Wait, I think Riff Raff, right? Is that what I called him last time? Yeah, Riff Raff. He just needs, someone needs to like do an edit of Raph. And make it Riff Raff. Like, just give him, like, cornrows and, like, weird tattoos. Warcry Phoenix. And we hit our 4th mythic, and it's a Phyrexian Scriptures. So this box is definitely not as crazy as that, like, 7 mythic box that they had over at the other store. And it's definitely not as good as our first box, because we opened Karn and Mox Amber in our first box. But we did get an Arvad, the Cursed, you know, so you got that going for you. Knight of Grace, Weight of Memory, And Karn's Temporal Sundering. There it is. Slyn Voda as our legendary creature. All right. So what do you think? It's been a while, and that land is still looking pretty curved over there. All right. Our first uncommon is a Memorial to Genius. Gaia's Blessing. Oh, geez, we have a foil. We have a Thran Temporal Gateway as our rare, worth a couple bucks. We have a foil Blessed Light, and our legendary creature is a Halar, the Fire Fletcher. It's a very cool card. A 3/3 elf for 3 mana with trample that says every time you kick a spell, basically put a 1/1 counter on it, and then it deals damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it to each opponent. Memorial of Unity, or Memorial to Unity, I should say. Sorcerer's Wand. And our rare is Fall of the Thran. And we got a Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. All right. So we hit the majority of our mythics in all across the box. And we didn't even hit the majority of our mythics anywhere specific. We hit our mythics all over the box. One of them was in the middle row. One of them was in the right-hand row. And then 2 of them were in the left-hand row. No, 2 were in the middle. 1 was in the left, 1 was in the right. So there you go. Precognition Field. Garna, the Blood Flame. All right, we have about like 7 packs left here. What do you think? Do you think we're going to hit another mythic? Do we think this is going to be a 5 mythic box? I highly doubt it. But, you know, Chainer's Torment, Curator's Ward, and a Gilded Lotus. Not a bad little hit. It's worth a couple bucks. And we got a foil Vodilian Arcanist and another Valduk. Who doesn't like making 3/1 elementals that swing in and then exile? Everybody loves that. Goblin Warchief, Icy Manipulator, Memorial to War, and Kazarov, the Flying Vampire Man. The Flying Vampire Man. All right. What else we got? What else we got? Memorial to Folly, Knight of Malice. These cards are really good, by the way. The white and black knight with first strike for 2 mana are both very good. The Antiquities War. I can see this being a fairly popular card with artifact decks. And we got Baird, Steward of Argiv. All right. What else we got here? We gotta get there. We gotta get that 5th mythic. We're down to 5 packs. Memorial to Genius, Zhalfirin Void, and our rare is a Daring Archaeologist. Oh, we got the Lonely King. He showed up. Only 1 copy of him in our box. That sounds accurate. 1 copy of the Lonely King in a box it sounds like it's playing to its strength, which is being lonely. The Eldest Reborn, Thorn Elemental, Goblin Chain Whirler as our rare. That's pretty good rare, actually. And we got another Tiana's Ship's Caretaker. 3 packs left. What say you? Mythic number 5 somewhere in here? Would be nice, wouldn't it? Wizard's Lightning, the Flame of Keld, and the Mirari Conjecture. Foil Untamed Tavu, and a Danitha as our legendary creature. 2 packs left. The other thing that I noticed is we haven't hit a duplicated rare yet. So that's interesting. In Bolas's Clutches, Juggernaut, Zhalfirin Void, and Joda, Archmage Eternal. Because normally in these types of boxes you get at least a couple duplicates. And the reason being is because, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, this set, you shouldn't really get that many duplicates because it's such a large set. But in other cases, normally the reason you get duplicates is because the set number is very low. Fight with Fire, Armenthine Wall, Seal Away, and Torgar Famine Incarnate. Well, only 4 mythic box, and they weren't even like the craziest mythics by any mean. Phyrexian Scriptures is not bad. We hit 3 of the Buddy Lands. We did hit Shalai, which is nice. We hit Gilded Lotus and Goblin Chain Whirler, so that's pretty good. Our foil was pretty decent. Foil Tashar seems pretty good. I don't know if it's worth a crazy amount, but it's definitely going to be seeing some play probably, so that's good. And we got only one dampening sphere out of the entire box, so there you go. This has been box number 2 of Dominaria. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, MrBevers. Don't forget, I have a store, nerdvanastore.ca, for all your single needs, as well as a Patreon, where you can get discount codes to the store, as well as things like grab bags, booster boxes, and bundles. Thank you so much for watching, as always. If you can't support with the monetary value, thanks for just watching. Smash that like and subscribe button if you haven't. I really appreciate it. And as always, may your pulls ever be better. I forgot. Let's talk about this. Right at the end of the video, I forgot. I forgot that I had this here this whole time. As you can see, we went through that whole video almost. And this mountain never returned to its initial shape. Now, I mean, that being said, I can bend it kind of back, but no, it's still, I mean, I can, if I try to like bend it the other way, it's still not its original shape. It still has a bend mark in it. So it does not, these cards do not pass the bend test anymore. Which is not really a problem right now. But, you know, 5-10 years from now, when people are checking to see if your Mox Amber is authentic, and they do a bend test, and it fails, sorry, bros. Just not gonna work out. Like, it's still noticeably bent. Even though I've been sort of trying to bend it back. There you go. That's as close as you're going to get it. I don't know if you guys can see. It's still a little bent, see? There's still a little bit of a bend in it. Anyway, I just thought I would point that out. I mean, so the professor said all of his tests, they all failed, but he told people to go out there and try. So here you go. Giving it a test, it definitely fails. So Wizards, thank you for listening and trying to fix the curling problem with the cards. Maybe you fixed it a little too well. And then if the cards do curl, they don't. They just stuck that way. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.